in the era of the streaming wars, which we are now still in the very infancy of, we are often talking about, rightfully so, the players such as Netflix, the players such as Disney Plus, the players such as HBO Max, or whatever it's going to be called, coming up here soon enough. One of the ones that we've kind of quietly overlooked a lot has been the one of Paramount Plus. And Paramount Plus has been making a lot of noise lately. Like, not only do they have shows like 1923 and 1883 and Tulsa King, which Tulsa King didn't end as strong as it began with, but I still like the show. But it was a ratings bonanza for Paramount Plus. Then, of course, it became this streaming home of Top Gun Maverick, one of the biggest films of the year. I mean, so they've been quietly making noise. Well, maybe the noise hasn't been so quiet, because according to a report now in Variety, Paramount Plus ended 2022 with, get this, 77 million streaming subs as Paramount Plus added 10 million new subscribers in the fourth quarter. 10 million new subscribers in the fourth quarter. Now, I'm just going to read a bit of this. Paramount surpassed 77 million streaming subscriptions in Q4, adding 10 million to Paramount Plus alone, reaching nearly 56 million customers on that platform exclusively. In comparison, the paid streamer added 4.6 million subscribers in the third quarter, reaching nearly 67 million global direct-to-consumer customers. During the fourth quarter, Paramount Global's SVOD launched splashy Taylor Sheridan titles such as 1923, yet another prequel to its hit Paramount series Yellowstone, and the Sylvester Stallone-led Tulsa King, as well as Criminal Minds revival, Criminal Minds Evolution, and the streaming debut of Top Gun Maverick. So, very quietly, in the shadows, while Netflix and Disney Plus and HBO Max have been duking it out, Paramount Plus has just kind of been adding subscribers, adding buzz, and they've done so with a really interesting strategy of, instead of the Netflix way of, let's green light 73,000 things and put it just bleh, and just put it all in. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great stuff on Netflix. I'm not bashing Netflix, but let's make untold numbers of projects and just throw them on there in quantity. You've had Paramount that's been a little bit more selective. Let's put up what we consider to be premium offerings. A new Stallone series done by Taylor Sheridan. A new prequel series to Yellowstone. And then here's where their real ace up their sleeve came. We've talked a lot about in the past about just yesterday, about what a brilliant decision it was to save Top Gun Maverick for the theatrical release, because there was a lot of discussion going on about, well, we're in the pandemic, the movie's just sitting on the shelf, we should just put it out on Paramount Plus or just release it on streaming. And there's a contingent in Paramount that said, no, we got to hold, including Tom Cruise saying, no, we got to wait, let's just put it out in theaters. And it made them $1.4 billion in the theaters. And now they're enjoying the second part of that decision. Because it did $1.4 billion in the theaters, they then wait, and then they wait for it to become a global phenomenon, and then they put it on Paramount Plus. And part of the result of that is like 10 million new subscribers in the fourth quarter. So listen, man, again, I know we've been saying this a bunch lately, but it feels like for a decade we've been talking about how Paramount is the one of the major studios that's really in trouble. Don't know if they're going to be around for another couple of years, blah, blah, blah. I'll tell you what, man, they have been hitting success after success after success lately. Now, listen, Paramount Plus is still losing the money like all streamers are right now, but they're making some incredible leaps and bounds, and this is pretty good news for them. Anyway, Rob, you looked over this report. What stood out to you?
Well, I think it's really good news, and I mean, we want the business to be healthy and robust and to grow and to provide great entertainment. So I don't want any studio to fail. I want their endeavors to work out. And I've always been a fan of Paramount because that's obviously the home of Star Trek, but it's also the home of some of my favorite movies like Chinatown and The Godfather and Hunt for Red October. And they have a great legacy and a great catalog. And I'm happy, when that guy, I forget his name, Brian somebody, who came in, who directed, the director of Norbit,
right.
But he came in and take over the studio. And it was kind of a joke. When he came in, and I'm like, who is this guy to run a studio? Why is he running the studio?
Bob Backish.
Well, it's somebody else. Bob Backish
okay.
is another. He's been there before. He was there already. But the new guy.
Because Bob Backish is the president and CEO, I believe.
Is he the president? Yeah. Maybe the guy I'm thinking of runs the motion picture division. But they're healthy, they're strong. They're doing some really great things, and I think that the Taylor Sheridan stuff has really paid off for them. Obviously, Top Gun paid off for them, but they're making moves that are based on. They're not just throwing things out there willy-nilly and seeing what sticks. It seems to me that they have very targeted, very purposeful moves that they're making, and it's working out for them. And that to me is good business.
I know you're not going to want to hear this part, but they also credit a lot of the new Star Trek stuff as being laying the foundation for the Paramount Plus.
Fine.
It has its fans. It has its fans.
Remember, they did bring all of Star Trek now onto Paramount Plus.
Yes, that's all they're now. Yep. So they're making it home for it. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Paramount's been making moves, and they are just very quietly have been adding win after win after win, and it's good for them. Will they get into the discussion here at some point with the HBO Maxes, the Disney Pluses, the Netflixes? Who knows? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, but sometimes life gets you bogged down and you may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you know you can. Working with a therapist can help you get closer to the best version of you, because when you're feeling at your best, the challenges that life throws at you don't disappear, but you're more prepared to take on those challenges. Guys, I've been saying for a long time that we need to start prioritizing our mental health as much as we do our physical health. When we dedicate ourselves to going to the gym and looking after ourselves, we see that as a great step forward for us physically. Well, it's time for us to start taking care of ourselves mentally as well. So if you're feeling it's time to give therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. So if you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today and get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea.